Beatles in there, but I think everyone else knows. That's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, the Rolling Stones and the Monkees.
Had a TV show, didn't they?
The Monkees?
Monkees? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's where the song comes from.
Yeah, here comes the Monkees.
Okay.
Learn your TV history, Mike.
TV history or music history?
Yes,
more
your
out
TV
you.
music history, Mike.
I'm not good at that class.
No shit.
So what's up? What are we talking about?
Whatever you want to talk about. It's an all Mike podcast today.
Yeah, man.
You guys want to talk about Nobody, since I know everybody watched it?
Did you actually rent it?
Yeah.
Or did you go see it?
Nah, I rented it.
$20?
Yeah, whatever.
Man. You knew Cody?
Yeah, he's the new me.
Nah, because it would have been more if me and Jen went to the movies.
Fair enough.
And she wanted to see it too, because she loved Breaking Bad, so she was really excited about that one.
Because Saul was in it?
It looked badass to me.
It's so fucking good, dude.
I really want to see it, but I can't justify $20.
I'll Venmo it to you.
You'll Venmo it to me?
Yeah. I'll let you borrow my iTunes. I think I still got a day on it.
How long are the rentals for? Is it 3 days?
I think it's 3 days.
3 days, yeah, sounds right.
So I might be
Well,
out.
wasn't it like 3 days or you finished watching it or something like that?
No, you can
No.
watch it as many times as you want.
Nice, you want 3 days?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not a fucking hotel room in Laughlin, Joe. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I don't
I'm
rent
not a
things.
hotel room in Laughlin. I don't
rent
know.
things.
I don't know if that's the same.
I want commitment with things. You buy it or you don't buy it. You put a ring on it or you don't.
You gotta test the cow before you put a milk on it or whatever you say.
I was about to say that.
I realized about halfway through I wasn't getting it right, so I was like, I'm gonna just bail out.
Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free?
Yeah.
Yeah. Duh.
I don't think that works, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, but
No.
there's just situations that you could rent something. It's okay.
Fair enough. Speaking of rentals, did you guys watch that documentary about Blockbuster, the last Blockbuster?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet?
I added it to my vast watch list.
Really? You haven't watched it even after you texted it?
I was going to watch it last night, and then we never got around to it because video games got in the way.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, might as well. No, it's a really good documentary. It's very heartwarming at times, and it makes me want to go there and visit the last Blockbuster.
I did see. Oh, what was it? I don't know if it was from the documentary, but someone said that Blockbuster is trying to get it deemed as a historic landmark.
It's not something that they mentioned in the show at all. I wouldn't doubt that, but at the same time, one of the big things towards the end of the documentary was apparently, like, I knew that Viacom owned Blockbuster, and there was this whole thing about Paramount as well was bought. Anyway, apparently Dish Network ultimately owns the rights to Blockbuster, and the last Blockbuster was negotiating the rights to continue to use the name Blockbuster for another so many years. Yeah. So they did finally get renewed towards the end of the episode. They mentioned that they did get renewed for, I think, another 6 years, I want to say. So it's at least another 6 years that they get to use the Blockbuster name.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, good for them.
One surprise person that was on the show was what's his name now? The guy who invented Toxic Avenger.
Oh, not Marv.
I can't remember his name now. Like if you told it to me, I'd recognize it.
Fucking dude from Trauma Pictures.
Yes.
Oh my god! Now that you said it, my brain's like, yeah, you don't know who that is.
I just totally can't think of it. Anyway, they had him on there as like an opposing view. Apparently, he hates Blockbuster because they would never like Blockbuster corporate would not carry Trauma Studio movies. The independently owned ones would, but not Blockbuster corporate. And I didn't even know that there was a differentiation between them. I thought that eventually they just got around to doing leasing for everything, but no. Apparently, there were there was some amount of Blockbusters that were owned directly by corporate, and then the rest of them were licensees.
Lloyd Kaufman.
Ah, goddamn, he's so fucking just an asshole, but funny.
Yeah, he's he's also in both the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and apparently rumored to have a cameo in Suicide Squad. Because he's the one that gave James Gunn the start with Romeo and Juliet.
I believe he even mentioned Suicide Squad in one of the interviews.
Might have, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's that dude's insanely smart and like the world's like one of the biggest assholes ever, apparently. Yeah. But like not like he's an asshole to everybody. He's an asshole to people who oppose him, like Blockbuster would have been if they didn't let him have his movies there. I know my local video store had Trauma pictures there because that's how I watched a bunch of them when I was younger.
I'm pretty sure mine had. I remember seeing Toxic Avenger on the shelves. I don't know if I've ever rented Toxic Avenger. I know I've seen it. I don't know where I've seen it.
Late Night Sci-Fi used to show it back in the day.
That probably is where I've seen it. Yeah.
It used to play like on like Fox.
Oh, well, yeah, and even
Sunday afternoons.
They had the animated version, and I believe that I had some action figures from the animated version as well.
Hell yeah!
And then, of course, they had the video game, which was awful.
Yeah, well, you know.
Anyway, it was a really weird, like, cavalcade of people that were there. I can't even remember some of the names of some of the people on there, but they just had like random fans doing interviews. It was weird. I don't know. I'm sure if you guys watched it, you might recognize some more of the people there. But it was good.
Movie rental enthusiast, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Speaking of James Gunn, did you see he finished...
What?
I was going to say, speaking of James Gunn, did you see he finished the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special?
No.
He's finished the script for it.
Didn't know he was working on something like that.
Yes, he is.
That sounds... okay. I mean, he's doing it, so I trust it.
It sounds like it's going to be awful in a good way.
Exactly. They're going to, like, go to Groot's world and have, like, some sort of Groot Christmas thing with Groot family. I don't know.
They're going to decorate the Guardians on a Groot.
Yeah.
Which sounds actually dirtier than it should have.
Really does.
Huh. That's gross. You're gross, Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
My bad.
Circling back around, how was Nobody?
Really, really good. It went, I know it sounds dumb that I take this seriously, but I never, like, I don't want to rush to judgment when I say something's like a top 5 or, you know, best movie, but it's definitely going to be in the conversation for like a top 5, top 10 action movie. It's so goddamn fun. And it's obviously, like the plot is different than like the standard action flick is, obviously. So it's very influenced by John Wick too, but it's like different enough to where you're not getting like concerned with it. But the first 2 acts, I was telling Cody this, the first 2 acts are really, really good, and it's like a good action movie so far. But the finale and the 3rd act like puts it over the top, makes it one of the best things you'll watch in an action movie in a long, long time.
Really?
Yeah, man. There's some cool shit in there that you wouldn't ever expect to see, and it's actually funny and like well acted the whole time. So yeah, it's really, really good.
Nice. Does it leave it open to sequels?
Yeah, it leaves it open in a sequel, but nothing like there's no like definitive story that's left untold or anything like that. So it could stop and it's be a perfect by itself movie, but it definitely has a potential for a sequel in it for sure.
Nice. That's cool. We'll talk about more when we actually watch it sometime down the road.
So you can only rent it right now?
As far as I know, you can only rent it, and I think it's in theaters, isn't it?
It's in theaters, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just
So
gonna.
I imagine
it, but...
3-4 months down the road, maybe they'll open it up to buy it or reduce the rental fee.
I was just gonna buy it, but apparently I can't do that. So.
Nope, you can only rent it for $20 right now.
Fuck them.
Right.
Speaking of which, Mike, I bought that Joe Manganiello. I can't talk apparently. Joe Manganiello movie.
Which one? He's done a couple. In the last,
that
year.
Arch Enemy movie, or Arch. It's somewhere in this fucking nightmare of an office. The one that just came out like on VOD and Blu-ray and stuff. I bought Hold your horses. I bought a physical copy of it.
Well, yeah, if you're actively looking for it, you've either gone insane or you bought a physical copy of it.
Because it has Christian Ward art on the cover.
Oh, really?
He did the poster for it.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's in here somewhere, but I've rearranged again, trying to find stuff. And I've actually made it worse. It doesn't look... All right, no, I take that back. It kind of does. Joe, I did find your presents though. Your present. You ready?
Nope.
Ready?
Ready?
They're NASA socks from Colorado.
They're called.
You remember when the astronauts planted the Colorado flag on the moon?
I don't, but conspiracy.
But they're socks. You can wear them. And then I got these.
I might as well show you what your Christmas present is that has been sitting on my dining room table for the longest time. That reminds me.
I got these for Taj.
That's amazing.
That makes no sense.
I thought about actually keeping this until next Christmas. And maybe I will.
Oh, well, you're about to show it to me, so I'll forget by then anyways.
Because I thought, and I actually haven't seen it, I thought
Neither have
that they would go good with something that Paige would have gotten you.
Oh! The Fiend socks!
Yeah.
Because did Paige ever end up giving you that shirt?
No, so I told her to wait off because I didn't know what you guys were going to get me. And I was like, dang, it's actually still in my... actually, let's see. Did you see the... Roosevelt's released a Captain Planet shirt today?
No.
Yeah, it's pretty goddamn awful. But if you go into... So I have the Roosevelt's app. If I go into the shopping cart... Look what's...
it's all bright. I can't... Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, okay, yeah. Because you made mention of getting that, and I was like, ooh, he loves socks.
It's true. I do love socks.
I can get him socks that'll match that.
Yeah, I was trying to find Mike something with weed on it, but I couldn't find it in his size or in a quality shirt that was decent.
Yeah.
But, whatever. Who cares? Thanks for the Christmas present there, Joe.
You're welcome.
Oh, that was loud.
And it goes back in the bag.
To wait till this Christmas.
Yeah, maybe next Wednesday if you remind me.
Joe, bring my Christmas present.
Yeah. All I have to do is grab it on the way out the door.
Fair. That's fair.
Figaro? Oh, wow.
Figaro.
Yeah, they used to put a bunch of Pinocchio ones. And it's got Cleo kissing him on the cheek.
You get that today? Or?
Got that yesterday. We were at the mall.
Oh, wait. Yesterday I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're sick, days mash together.
Also, when you don't pay attention to it, days mash together. Because I literally thought today was Friday. And I was wondering how much I got paid. And I didn't get paid today because today's Thursday.
You can still look at how much you're going to get paid.
Yeah, I just didn't do that. I was like, oh, I wonder if how much paycheck. It's not in there, so I don't know.
Yo, by the way, that first COVID shot was awful for me.
Dude, I don't know what that second one's gonna be like for you.
Yeah, I'm nervous about the second one for you.
I don't know, man. Dude, I woke up and I felt bad. That's why I didn't end up hanging out with you guys. But by like the middle of the day, I felt like a car had hit me. Just body aches all over. And then slowly throughout the day, my temperature peaked at 101 just before I was going to bed. Like I haven't had a fever while I was sick in years. And to watch it actually just sit there and go up and up and up, and even after taking like Tylenol, just like still be pretty high, like go to bed and just be sweating bullets. Like Jesus Christ, my right arm, dummy me, got the shot in the right arm. That still hurts. It's not that bad, but like I can't work out with that because it's just like it hurts like right there. Like I can't. You know, I could obviously move it up more, but it hurts too much to do that. Fuck. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to 28 days later.
I guess we have to really get that moving truck, Mike.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Speaking of COVID shots, this has nothing to do with that. I was segueing it. Do you see it was confirmed that Michael Keaton is going to be returning as Batman in the Flash movie?
I didn't see an actual confirmation.
Yeah, it was confirmed by him and the director.
That's dope.
Yeah.
It's dope that they're actually moving the Flash movie along, 7 years
later?
No, it's got to be more than that. I feel like it's more than that.
Well, I
want to say that they announced this back in like 2010.
Yeah, they announced it when they announced the Justice League and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's being directed by Andy Muschietti, the guy who did It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he showed off a tease of the motion poster, I guess you could say. And it's basically the Flash symbol, what looks to be on his chest, and it has lightning arcing off of it. And then he confirmed that Michael Keaton will be reprising his role as Batman in the Flash movie. Now, it doesn't say the same Batman. It just says as Batman. Now, it does say reprising, but I don't know if it's going to be the same one if they're doing Flashpoint, because he may be Thomas instead of Bruce.
Yeah.
It would be funny if they worked in, like, that old Batman.
Yeah. They're like, whoa.
Somehow.
Yeah, because, they could be going a different way with Flashpoint. They could be doing, like, a Spider-Verse type thing where, like, multiple Batmans of Bruce Wayne are there, but also, like, I don't know, it's weird. Obviously we'll have to see what exactly they're going with it, but it's pretty interesting.
Yep.
And said, I'm trying to find the quote that I read. This does not have it in there. Oh my god. That was a noise. It says the Flash takes inspiration from the Flashpoint arc from DC Comics, which sees the Scarlet Speedster running as fast as using Speed Force, that he actually teleports to different parallel realities. It's a concept teased the Snyder's Batman v Superman and recently in the Snyder Cut of Justice League on HBO Max. But he's wherever I can't find the quote that Andy mentioned, but he said he has a substantial role for Keaton's Batman, as well as Ben Affleck, who apparently has been confirmed to be his version of Batman is in it too. So we'll see. But that was pretty cool. And then the image, like, they have, I can't really call it's a video, but it's not like, it has audio, so it can't really be like a GIF or a GIF or whatever you want to call it. It's a video, but it just doesn't show anything other than lightning arcing off of the Flash symbol, and then it has the Flash theme playing in the background. But it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
It's kind of hard to search for it. Comes up with like.
Yeah, it was on Twitter when he posted it in his Instagram as well. Somewhere. I don't know why. Not everything that I save from Apple News on my phone shows up on my computer for some reason. It's like hit or miss. Like sometimes it saves there, sometimes it doesn't. Maybe I'm just dumb. Nope. You guys gonna watch Mortal Kombat tomorrow?
What's it on?
HBO Max.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
I mean, not tomorrow, but
Yeah, before next week.
I'm probably watching.
He says.
Let's not put dates on things. I know how much I said I like commitment, but let's not commit to this.
Just yet.
Just yet.
Maybe not.
I'm just gonna text you spoilers then, since I'm watching it tomorrow. As they happen.
Sub-Zero throws ice.
Yeah. Lots of blood.
Some dude shouts Mortal Kombat.
Man.
Yeah, that's the one, Joe. It's the one from Instagram. Is what it was, not Twitter.
Yeah.
But it shows it on there, I believe.
Found it on Collider.com.
Yeah, I just found it on Instagram. I was like, I'm going to send you the same thing. And the Collider one probably has the quote that he used on there as well, but I'm not going to read through it. But yeah, so it looks pretty neato. And exciting because, we're actually getting a Flash movie with multiple Batmans in it. It's going to be batshit crazy.
What if they bring back Clooney?
I said this to Johnny at work. I was like, they could bring back every version, obviously that's alive, of Batman, and it would be the most insane thing ever. Can you imagine, like, you have Clooney's Batman, you have Val Kilmer's Batman. You could do an animated version, like you have, like, fucking Bruce Timm's Batman just standing there, like,
his eyes getting real narrow.
Yeah, like, oh shit. Flash shows up animated. He's like, shit, Barry, you done fucked up.
Can we get Velour Flash from the early 90s then?
Fuck yeah, dude. Wesley?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, let's bring him back. I mean, he plays Barry's dad in the TV show, so that's fine.
Oh, does he?
Yeah,
he even shows up as a different Flash at some point too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because they've played with the multiverse on that show quite a bit.
That's right, they did.
But it wasn't. I was kind of bummed it wasn't the exact same suit.
Yeah.
His old TV show. I was like, come on, you guys missed a great opportunity there.
Right?
I can't get the velvet suit back? What's wrong with you guys? The velvet speedster? No? Cool.
One of the best things about that movie.
/ show, in a way. Not really show, but whatever. I saw something else that I was going to say to you guys about something or other.
Mike, you see that Ted Lasso season 2?
Yeah.
The trailer?
Yeah, the trailer. I haven't watched the trailer yet. But just the the fact that it's coming out.
And they greenlit it for a third season.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember when the second season comes out.
That's next month, isn't it?
May 23rd, there it is.
Yeah.
The show was so good. Have you watched it yet, Cody?
I've only watched half of the first episode.
Oh, dude,
That's not enough, dude.
Start over.
Yep.
Start over. How's that?
Start over.
Watch it all the way through.
Yep. All the way through. Knowing you, have some tissues ready.
Oh.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
No. The other one.
No tissues ready?
No, you didn't see what I did, Joe, did you?
Oh, no, I didn't at all. I was looking at Ted Lasso.
Yes.
Oh, no, not those tissues. No. Sad tissues, not
happy tissues?
Not happy tissues? That's what it is, yeah.
Happy tissues.
Joke's on you, they're the same for me.
Cry through your dick?
No, I cry when I use my dick.
Oh.
Every time Cody watches a sad movie, it looks like he pissed himself.
Yeah, and
this is sad pee. Yeah, it is. It's sad. You pee yourself. Anyway, good show. Definitely watch it. I can't wait.
WWE announces Crunchyroll partnership for new anime project.
That sounds weird.
The
Anime
fuck?
wrestling?
Apparently.
We're going to get more wild and wacky with this shit? No? Mike says no.
No.
We're not.
They're going to do superhero shows with the characters in WWE.
I'm okay with that then.
Yeah, that's what I guess I'm kind of thinking of, like taking those personas and doing more with them.
Yeah.
Oh, so remember, it was a while back, so we gotta remember everything that we said. When they announced Army of the Dead from the Zack Snyder zombie movie that's coming out on Netflix, and we're like, let's just give Zack just whatever he wants to do, right? Apparently someone's listening. So, have you watched the newest trailer for Army of the Dead?
Maybe not the newest one.
Okay, so there's two you can watch. There's the first one, which is what they refer to as the character trailer, I believe, and it just shows off all the characters in the movie, and it shows a little bit of the zombie stuff.
I think that's the one I've watched, yeah.
The second one shows the zombies, and they are batshit crazy.
Yeah.
They're fast. There's ones that he refers to as alphas, I believe, and they're more cognate. I can't talk at all today. They have smarts, basically.
Yes.
They can't. I can't talk at all. They can't talk, but they can basically bark commands.
Yeah, from what I basically gleaned from the trailer, because they did mention that they were more intelligent, it almost seemed like kind of like now I'm forgetting the name of it, the Will Smith movie.
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. Yeah.
Yeah. So something similar to that, but there's and they show one of them, and she has she's wearing she looks like a showgirl in a way. She has this crown on or whatever, and she's barking orders. But then they show a zombie tiger.
Yeah.
And he just recently teased zombie robots. Yeah.
Robots?
Yeah.
How do you have zombie robots?
I fucking know, man.
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
He's also producing with one of the actors that's in it, who's this Russian guy, a prequel movie about his character that tells how he got to where it is. And then they're doing an animated show or short movie or something like that actually stars Dave Bautista and has Joe Manganiello in it. All for this. And he's like, yeah, I want to make more out of it. And he said basically the synopsis is this. The rest of the world has recovered from the zombie apocalypse, but Las Vegas has been known as Lost Vegas because it has been overrun by zombies, and it's been told that the government is going to nuke it to try to wipe out the virus. And so Dave Bautista and these other mercenaries, they come together for one last heist. They're going to rob what's left of one of the vault of these casinos and steal a shit ton of money before Vegas gets nuked. That's essentially the premise that they said. I mean, obviously there's more to it, but I was like,
basically it, yeah.
I was like, all right, well, you had me at Army of the Dead and Zack Snyder, so I mean,
right,
now I'm
I was
just
gonna
even
watch
more
it no matter
excited.
what.
Yeah, I'll go and put it. But yeah, so they're doing all sorts of shit, and I was like, all right, I'm in. Let's do it.
I didn't realize there was that much planned just off of this movie already. That's crazy.
Yeah. He said he's been working on it, shortly after. What was it? He said I think it was after. Well, he's been working on it since 2004 when he did Dawn of the Dead, but he really got the idea. I want to say it was. I said even before he started Man of Steel, I think he said.
Jesus.
Yeah. I was like, all right, well, cool, bro. Get at it. Get at it. I'm not going to read all through those questions and answer bullshit they docked on there. Yeah, so, that's pretty cool. I think that's going to be a fun time and some fucked up shit. Zombie tigers alone. Motherfucker throwing in zombie robots. I mean, okay.
Now, is this a timed release, or is it an HBO Max movie?
Which one? Zombie of the Dead? Or Army of the Dead?
Army of the Dead, yeah.
Army of the Dead's Netflix.
Oh, Netflix. Okay, so not timed. Okay, I was thinking HBO Max. Okay, yeah.
No. This was one of the things he started working on after he came back from his hiatus from leaving Justice League.
Right.
This is the first thing they actually dove into.
Right. And I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't. I just couldn't remember if it was a tandem release theater and HBO Max thing. I just couldn't remember that.
This one's the Netflix, and it's gonna be fucked up, guaranteed. Ew, gross.
What?
I was clicking through other things because there was that I was going to talk about that that deal that that Disney and Sony came up with. But I saw this thing says Netflix announces new show about Hype House TikTok stars, and I threw it in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, but that sounds gross.
That's for another day. Did you see the announcement that Disney and Sony made about the release of content on the multitude of Disney-owned property or landscapes? So
nope.
Basically, they signed this deal between Sony Entertainment and Disney, not like Disney Plus, but Disney. So Hulu, Freeform, ABC, Disney Channel, all that fun stuff, everything under the blanket of, and then they're going to release. They're going to get the streaming rights to not only new stuff coming out, but a shit ton of the Sony back catalog. So they're going to have, I guess, from what I was reading this, the first time many Sony properties will be available to stream digitally on stream digitally versus buying like through a service like Netflix or through iTunes or something like that. It's going to be streamable, watch through these services on Hulu and all these different things like that. And it's like they said like it was like 900 movies right out the gate will be available on all their different platforms.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I was like, are you I mean, like there's not enough shit on there I haven't watched yet or rewatched for most part. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. But a part of it is like this, like it's the new stuff it'll go through 2026, I believe, and it starts in 2022. So it's not like it's gonna happen next weekend or whatever. But it'll include like the Spider-Man movies, and like Venom 2, the newer Spider-Man movies, obviously Morbius, all those ones like that will be part of it as well. So they'll be streaming on not like same day as theaters, but when they go to streaming, they'll be on one of Disney's owned streaming platforms, as well as all the old stuff that's already been out.
That's cool.
It's just a stepping stone.
Thing.
Yeah, it's just a stepping stone to Disney buying out Sony,
or at least Sony Pictures.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be weird if they totally bought Sony. Here's your new Disney Station 6.
Yeah, it'd be 6 at that point, 6 or 7 at that point. Yeah, it'd be
6 or 7 at that point.
Yeah,
it plays Kingdom Hearts and nothing else.
You have to play the PlayStation 7 if you want to play other games.
Speaking of Disney properties, I'm sure you guys have caught up on the Falcon and Winter Soldier. What are your thoughts? And we're going into the final episode tomorrow, aren't we?
Yes.
Correct, sir.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? How you've been liking it, and what might happen? Do you think tomorrow?
I love it. I don't have a bad thing to say about it. Everything's been fantastic, and I'm actually don't really know what's gonna happen, and I'm kind of annoyed because with Marvel, it's like there's so many weird things that are on the table. Like, oh, you can have a wizard come in out of nowhere and that be like where they're going. You know what I mean? So, and
Yeah.
it would be like, yeah, that makes sense. The wizard guy, he came, he helped the Falcon guy. Yeah.
Help the
So
Falcon
yeah, I'm
guy.
just
That strange guy, what's his name? I don't remember. He came in and helped them all.
but yeah, so I'm not sure where it's going, and all my guesses are just whatever. Like they're all dumb. So I'm excited to see what happens.
Fair enough.
I mean, I have lots of theories. None of them are probably correct. Well, except for one of them, almost guaranteed that the suitcase that he opens from Wakanda is the redone Falcon suit, the Captain Falcon suit. Yeah, because obviously he gives the Falcon wings to Homeboy, who is in the comic books takes over the mantle of Falcon later on when he becomes Captain Falcon. But I was telling Mike, I think I was telling Mike this. It's either Mike or Johnny. I'm not too sure who I was talking to about it because my brain has been scattered the last few days. Vacation brain and all. I think so. I think the Captain Falcon suit's in the briefcase, and I think at the end of the show, Bucky will take up the mantle as U.S. agent with the domino mask or some kind of mask obscuring his face, so nobody knows it's Bucky. To take the place of John Walker, because John Walker is definitely not going to be continuing as any type of thing for the U.S. government, obviously, at the end of this, because he's not anymore. But, and this is my theory, I think he's Taskmaster from the Black Widow movie.
And that's because the rumor was that there was a character from this in Black Widow, because Black Widow was supposed to come out before this.
Yes.
But I heard that was rumored to be Julia Louis
think, that's where I thought, and I was rereading it, and that's why I think that theory is incorrect, because of oh my god, I cannot talk to
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus, her character is, one of her many names is known as Mother Hydra, or Madam Hydra in some cases, and she is the one that forms the Black Widow program at one point. So I think she's what carries over from this, which makes a little more sense because obviously because the Black Widow movie, and this is where my theory fell apart, and I realized it afterwards. The Black Widow movie takes place obviously when she's when
Black Widow's alive.
That version of Black Widow's alive. So then I guess it was talking to Johnny, because Mike would have corrected me by now. Because I was like, oh, then I guess maybe we'll get a hint of the new Black Widow, which is supposed to be I can't think of her name, her actual actor's name now. The chick that played Paige in that Wrestling with My Family movie. She plays one of the other, basically her sister in the movie. And there's rumors that she takes over the mantle of Black Widow in the MCU. Just like as Falcon is taking over as Captain Falcon in the MCU. So that was I was like, oh, maybe that's going to be what it is, but I don't know, because obviously Scarlett Johansson's version of Black Widow is super dead.
Super dead. I will admit that I didn't know anything about her character. In fact, I found her cameo, I guess, to be a little underwhelming, because I didn't really read the articles going into it. But reading the headlines of like, oh, there's a surprise big Marvel character coming in the fifth episode of the Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think at that point I was still 2 episodes behind. And so finally when I watched through episode 4 and 5 was the last one, right? Because it was a weird short season. I remember getting to that character at the end, and then the credits rolled and going, okay, I guess that was the big surprise character. Like, for some reason, I was thinking that it'd be some bigger character, either from what we've already established in the MCU, or it would be some other big name character from the comics. And to me, this wasn't a big name character at all. Like, I'm sure some comic book people knew exactly who it was when she said her fucking long ass name there. But to me, it was like, all right, I got to go look this up. And so I looked it up and I read about her, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. And the two different directions that we can go down, apparently what Cody had said. And also we could be going down the route of, apparently she was like married to Nick Fury at one point. Her character was, so we could be assembling what, to be honest with you, sounds more right to me, is she's assembling the Dark Avengers. So she's basically, that's what John Walker's going to go do. He's going to be, I don't know, Dark Captain America. I don't know if that's the correct terminology. I never went that far into the looking up. He's U.S. agent, isn't he, under the Dark Avengers? Yeah. So I think that that's what they're getting at there. We're going to see whether it's for good or bad. I don't know. We still don't know, is she the evil Hydra person, or is she just more of a zealous Nick Fury type, willing to do what Nick wasn't willing to do, essentially, with his Avengers program. So we'll go ahead and see that. Obviously, you guys know that for me, I like these shows, but I'm not a fan like you guys are of everything that has happened in them. And I think getting through episode 5, my biggest problem with it is the villains in this. I don't sympathize with them at all. Like, I know they're supposed to be villains that you still sympathize with. Their whole point of existing is because when people got snapped away for 5 years, the people that still existed found a way to still exist. Their communities shrunk. They started relying on everybody more. They were able to, move around. But then when 5 years later everybody came back, well, now those people that came back want their old lives back and whatnot. And the people who existed for 5 years, at least these people, think that they're being displaced by the people that came back, and nobody's helping them. But they're like, towards the beginning, their thought process of like, I'm basically going to be Robin Hood, robbing from the rich and feeding the poor, essentially, was kind of noble. But eventually they get into the killing people section and still somehow see themselves as the good guys. I get it. There are bad people like that out there, killing for the ultimate good. But I think it's just the way these characters come off just is not good to me. And especially in episode 5, it didn't make any fucking sense to me when they made the decision that they want to kill Captain America. They go to kill Captain America. She ends up killing his partner in the process. And then for some reason, everybody in the fight stops and is like, oh shit, you just killed his partner. Oh my God, that's shocking. And then just run away. It's like, dude, you had a shot right there just to, stab Cap right there and get your point across. But for some reason, when you kill his partner, you're just like, oh shit, we didn't mean to do that. We're not bad people that kill people. Motherfucker, the reason why you're there is to try and kill Captain America. What? Why then would you care that you killed his partner and then run away? So that's my problem, at least with the villains, and at least with episode 5. I think there was some more stuff that I'd forgotten about by this point in time. I get it's really cool to see the character progression of John Walker, and I get that's where the end point that he should have been, and that's the end point where they wanted him to be. It's just that getting him there made no goddamn sense. No sense at all. You can kill his partner, and that's how you get him there, but it's just in the way that they killed him. And then, like, the bad guys were just, oh shit, we killed somebody, let's run away. Didn't make any sense for the story.
I don't often say this, but I agree with Joe at some of that points. I thought the way they did it in episode 5 was not good. Now I get it, like what Joe said, is I understand what they were doing. I just didn't like that. You know what I mean? I would have preferred, for example, and I said this to Paige when we're watching, is if like Bucky and Falcon went there to essentially stop her from killing Cap, obviously, because that's what their whole plan was. If they would have got in John Walker's way of getting to her, where then she would escape, which again, it's a dumb thing because she's there to kill Cap, and like she could have done it, but she killed his partner. But then some of her cohorts drug her away, and then he only saw that last guy getting away, and that's why he went after him and killed him. I would get that more than he literally sees her go out, like he sees where she goes, and then he still follows that other guy. And I was like, this don't make no sense. Yeah. I was like, I get it because she needs to live, but it's like they need to do something where that guy tried to get in his way. And, you know, I mean, someone stopped John Walker from going directly after her, and then he ran into that guy, and he kills him instead, just out of, you know, pure anger, which would have made more sense to me. So I agree with Joe in that way. And I don't think anybody who's watching the show should be empathizing with the villains, the flag smashers. At the beginning, obviously, they're trying to make you think this way, and then obviously they've turned into villains, like true, real villains. And I think it won't be until someone exposes them fully for the people who are believing in them to realize that they're villains, they're not the good guys, because obviously they're doing things to help people who've been who were displaced after the blip came back, or people from the blip came back. And I get that, but I don't think. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't think anybody who's making the show is trying to make the viewer empathize with them. I think they're more of where like Sam's character's at, where he wants to believe they could be good, but every time they do, she does something worse, and eventually he's going to get to the point where he's like, this can't go on, and he's going to have to stop her one way or the other. And it may be Bucky saves Sam from having to kill her by doing it himself. You know what I mean? Or feeding her to Walker, but I don't think he would sacrifice her to Walker. I think he would do it himself because he has enough blood on his hands, and Sam needs to be that moral high ground that Captain America needs to be. But that's just me. That's just what I think.
Makes sense.
That does make sense.
Yeah. But we'll see what happens in tomorrow's episode.
Yeah, I doubt. I wonder if it's not that it's probably up here. I wonder if they list the time, because the episode 5 was long as fuck.
Was it?
Yeah, it was like I think it was almost a full hour, if not longer.
Yeah, real close to a full hour. I remember.
Yeah, it didn't seem that because it seemed like it buzzed by real quick. Of course, this does not tell me the length of the episodes, so that doesn't mean no good. Cool. Awesome. Good talk.
Sure.
Dummies. Because I don't think, I mean, obviously the episode's not up yet, but I'm trying to see if what is... Boom, boom, boom. No, do not continue watching. I cannot pay for those rights. Almost hit the wrong button there. That would have been expensive, huh? So here it lists Truth as being an hour. So, I mean, right at an hour, if not an hour and something. So, I don't know. It's just weird because WandaVision was so wonky with the time of each episode, where this one seems to be like I said, when episode 5 ended, I was like, oh, it's over. And then I was like, wow, that was a pretty short episode. Then I looked at it, I was like, an hour. And I was like, oh no, the pacing in that episode was just so good, and there was so much going on that I forgot that I was watching for an hour. Because I liked the way they did it. I mean, obviously there was a lot packed in that one that, like, I think traversed time more than we think, but also, like, I'm not too sure because there was the whole.
It definitely traversed time. It had weird jumps in time that they don't really tell you about. I think the first time that it happened, they're in theater. Let's say they're wherever in Europe that they are trying to capture her, and then suddenly Sam's back with his family, on the boat, fixing the boat and stuff. It's a weird kind of jump to me, not really explaining that this is what we're going to do, and then this is what we are doing some time later. It just went, here we are. And you're like, what? How did we get here? Why are we here? But then it continued on, and those are the parts of this show that I've really enjoyed. Sam's family life, the interaction between Sam and Bucky are so fucking good. Those are the parts that I enjoy the most. But then, even towards the end of the episode, you suddenly jump back into finding the Flag Smashers, or whatever her name is, and it's just like, it's almost like a different type of movie. It's almost like it's even shot differently, different color scheme and stuff like that, where the stuff with his family is much more bright and colored, where the stuff in place is more
dingy and gross.
I guess I would think blue, like Payback. The movie Payback was like shot in like a blue hue. I don't know. Maybe I'd have to go back and rewatch it. Maybe I'm thinking of things a little bit different, but like more of a grunginess to it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe confirms he's playing Zeus in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. Where the fuck is that story going?
Who cares?
Also true.
At this point, James Gunn is just having fun.
No, that's not James Gunn. That's
or
Watiti.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has something to do with it because some of his characters are in it, but that's weird. I'm down. Whatever. I wonder if he's gonna be chunky Russell Crowe, or if they're gonna get him in shape.
Nah, it's gonna be chunky Russell Crowe.
Fair enough. Speaking of chunky Russell Crowe, comes naturally. We are
Joe,
Mike.
I am Cody. I say we're done for this episode, huh? Unless there's anything else news anyone else wants to bring up.
Not that I can think of.
I'm good.
All right. So that's it for this week's episode. As usual, you fuckers just came naturally.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.